most important ministry, that is the Ministry of Home Affairs. That is the Ministry of Home Affairs, also known as Griha Mantralaya. Also known as Griha Mantralaya. See, again, I'll first see there are many departments again under this Ministry of Home Affairs. Again, we have Department of Border Management, we have Department of Internal Security, we have Department of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh Affairs, we have Department of Home, we have Department of Official Language, we also have Department of States. See children, I just want you to again see, I can just read whatever is there in the book and I just can leave you. Yes or no, I can just read out whatever what are the departments under the Ministry of Home Affairs and I just can leave you. But it is not like that. You have to at least know just the basic knowledge of what that department does, the functions of the various departments, so that it is easier for you to at least retain what you study. You just can't by heart all of these, right? You have to at least understand. You have to try to retain whatever you have understood and whatever you are trying to study. That is the only intention behind me giving you the functions of each department. It is easier for you to understand. Yes, that's the only reason. Okay, come now. It's not there in your book. Okay, it's not there in your book. So yeah, so we were talking about departments of Ministry of Home Affairs. Yes or no? Okay, see, let's just read. Okay, Department of Border Management. The name itself suggests border management. What does it deal? It deals with creation of infrastructure to strengthen borders and patrolling in all borders. Obviously, it takes care about the security in the borders. See, securing the country's borders against the enemy countries. Simple, very easy. See, now it's easier for you to understand what is this department, what are these departments. It's just given it to you in your book. If you just read, you can't understand and you cannot retain. Yes or no? So once if you understand what that particular department does, it is very easy for you to retain. That's the only intention. Okay. Next, come to Department of Internal Security. Department of Internal Security. See, it deals with matters relating to internal security, law and order, arms and explosives, upholding the national law and defending against internal security threats. There are many, there might be many internal security threats for our country. So all of this have to be combated by the government. Which department takes care of all of these? Department of Internal Security, relating to arms, relating to explosive, relating to law and order being maintained in the country. It is very crucial, isn't it? It is very, very, very crucial. So which Department of Home Affairs takes care of all of these? Department of Internal Security. Next comes the Department of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh Affairs. Oh my God, Department of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh Affairs. So what does this department do? It coordinates with various ministries or departments primarily concerned with the development of this Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh. And it has many more functions. See, again, there are many more functions. This is just a illustrative list. It is just one or two I have picked up so that it is easier for you to understand. Now, obviously, I cannot give you all the functions, isn't it? This is not the only function of the department. Are you clear? This is not the only function. There are many functions, but these are few functions which I have tried to explain. Yes. Next, Department of Home. Department of Home, again, internal security, law and order, administration, providing criminal justice and external threats. Internal security threats, external security threats. Yes, Department Home deals with external threats, internal security, law and order, administration, etc., etc. Next, Department of Official Language. So basically what does this department do is, there are certain provisions in the constitution, in our constitution, relating to the official languages. So there are certain provisions in our constitution relating to official languages, and there is an act called Official Languages Act. There is an act called Official Languages Act. So this Department of Official Language tries to implement, it is responsible for the implementation of the provisions of the constitution as well as the provisions of the act. Getting it? Simple, very simple. Okay, next. Last comes the Department of States. Department of States. It deals with the central state relations. It deals with what? Center-state relations, interstate relations, and administration of the Union territory. Department of States deals with what? It deals with the central and state relations, also the interstate center-state relations, interstate relations, also the administration of the Union territory. I've also told you these are not the only functions, these are few functions. Okay, now let's come back to your book. Okay, let's just read it again. Department of Ministry of Home Affairs, Department of Border Management, Department of Internal Security, Department of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh Affairs, Department of Home, Department of Official Language, Department of States, Department of Border Management, strengthening borders, Department of Internal Security, obviously trying to what deals with internal security, law and order and internal security threats. Next, Department of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh Affairs, obviously for the development of these particular areas. Department of Home, again internal security, law and order, external security threats, external threats. Next, Department of Official Language, obviously deals with, it is responsible for what? Implementation of the provisions of the Constitution relating to the official languages and also the provisions, implementation of the provisions of the Official Languages Act. Also, Department of States deals with the central relations between the center and state, interstate relations and the administration of the Union territory. Now come back to your book. Now just read. Departments of Ministry of Home Affairs, Department of Border Management. Now you all know. Now you know. Yes, Department of Border Management, Department of Internal Security, Department of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh Affairs, Department of Home, Department of Official Language, Department of States. Simple. Just close your eyes and recollect today only. Just after you finish seeing this lecture, I want you all to read whatever we have studied. Read whatever we have studied in class today and try to give an explanation. Try explaining it to yourself. See children, every time be a teacher to yourself. Teach yourself. That is the best method to learn. That is the best method to learn. See, for example, if you have a board or just get a whiteboard or something and just put it in your room, one corner of a room, and then try to imagine there are students in front of you and try that you are explaining them, or at least have a mirror in front of you and try to speak in front of the mirror. Try to explain these concepts in front of the mirror to yourself. So that is the best way to learn theory subjects. That is the best way according to me. So whenever you're trying to explain whatever is there in the book, that is the best method to learn theory. And after that, once you explain, explanation is done, you're very clear with the topic. Now sit in one place and try to recollect what you have explained. Try to recollect what you have explained. See the book. See the book. Underline whatever you have explained to yourself, seeing the mirror or whatever it is. Now sit, underline whatever you have explained or highlight whatever you have explained. Now after this, try closing your eyes. Try closing your eyes and now try to recollect with your books closed. Obviously, eyes closed, books closed. Try to recollect. Obviously, you will not recollect entire thing. 60%, very good. 40%, good. 30%, okay. 100%, ma'am, nothing like it. Yes or no? So what I'm trying to tell you is, the first time you will try to recollect 40% of it. The next time you do the same thing. You try to recollect 60 to 70% of it. The third time you do, you will be able to recollect 90 to 95% of it. So this is how you have to master your theory learning. Obviously, many of the students face really, they're very good at practical subjects, but they face a lot of difficulty with theory subjects. See students, what I try to tell you is, no subject is easy, be it practical or theory. You have to give in efforts. You have to put in efforts. So with respect to theory, what kind of effort you need to put is, you need to concentrate on the key terms in each and every paragraph, and you also have to make this exercise, give exercise to your brain. You just can't let your brain be free. You have to keep giving some or the other exercise to your brain when you are trying to read anything, be it practical or theory. So when you become lazy, when you just read, underline in your book, close it and think that you have finished the chapter. No, you haven't. If you're just reading, underlining, and trying to understand whatever is there, that is just the first step. That is just the first step, and you will not gain anything from this step or from this exercise. What I'm trying to tell you is, once you start learning, reading, and then underlining, I want you to explain that particular topic to yourself. After that, you have to again sit and read if required. Yes, that required, you sit again after explanation, you sit, because now the concept is more clear. Now the concept is more clear in your head. Now it is very easy. The whatever the paragraphs, whatever you're studying, or the topic whichever is studying, is looks familiar and comparatively easier when compared to your first reading. Yes, after this, I want you to close your books, close your eyes, and give an exercise to your brain. Give an exercise to your brain and ask the brain to recollect whatever you have studied. Yes, this is the best method to read and recollect theory subjects. Yes, according to me, at least. Okay. So everyone, I hope you will do this. Yes, just by heart does not work, children. Just by hearting will not work. It's always important for you to understand what you're studying. It's always important to understand what you're trying to study. Yes, okay. Now, not wasting, it's not wasting your time anyways, giving you, more information about how to study. Okay, keeping that aside, now let's continue with your syllabus. Okay, yeah. Ministry of Home Affairs, that is Griha Mantralaya. It is the Ministry of Government of India. Yes, it is an interior ministry of India. It is mainly responsible for what? Now you will understand. See, it is mainly responsible for maintenance of internal security and domestic policy. Next, the Home Ministry is headed by Union Minister of Home Affairs. Who is the Union Minister of Home Affairs now? Shri Amit Shah. Shri Amit Shah. Okay, clear? So we're done with the. Okay, there's one more. See, we're talking about they're talking about Department of Official Language. See, under Department of Official Language, there are again three things. These are Central Translation Bureau, Directorate of Census Operations, and Hindi Training Institute. Basically, the Central Translation Bureau is given is entrusted with some translation work, not that important again. And the Central Hindi Training Institute is relating to providing training in Hindi, giving more prominence to this particular language. And also Directorate of Census Operations, which is basically your census. Okay, so they've given you only for this particular department. Okay, what are the three things? Central Translation Bureau and the Hindi Hindi Training. So sorry, Central Hindi Training Institute and the Directorate of Census Operations. Yes, clear? So we have completed what? We have completed Ministry of Home Affairs.